in front of you, you will see the New Bourne trail that goes to Bamboo Lair. We're gonna walk on the part that I was weed eating yesterday. It's about 6 feet wide. It was a mess. It hasn't been trimmed all year. But anyway, today's been a very busy day. Got up this morning, went to CrossFit, to the chemical mill, and did some drug testing with ESA CrossFit, Kelly there. We met up with a contractor out of El Dorado and did some drug testing, like 20 people, I believe. From there, went to El Dorado and picked up Michael. He's one of our consultants. He's in El Dorado. He's helped us with Chemtura and now Anthony Force Products and a bunch of other companies out there as well. We're working on CMC Steel, which is where he and I went to over in Magnolia. And we're working on an orientation program to get someone going whenever they get out there, whenever they're hired to go to work. So anyway, it was a lot of driving there and had people with me and talking on the phone on the trip there. But on the trip back, much like this trail, it was clear sailing. All I had to do was just drive and listen to music and just kind of let my brain soak of all the events for the day. So anyways, I was driving, I just pulled up the iPad and said, okay, you randomly pick something for me to listen to. So it chose Alice in Chains Dirt. I'm like, that's kind of dark, but I can listen to that. Lane Staley just had we just had an anniversary of some sort, 13 years maybe or something, since he was found dead after lying in his apartment for, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, maybe a couple. Well, let's see here, 20 days, that's what it was. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, I can listen to this. And I did. I cranked it up. I was driving down the highway with, yeah. And I started listening to the music, how thick it was, how many voice tracks he obviously used, and the guitar playing, and just the drumming. It was just perfect. I was thinking in my mind, this is like, especially if it weren't so dark. I mean, it is dark. And that kind of takes away from some of its, maybe to some people it may take away from its just the raw talent that's involved in that album. My Lord, guitars are just perfect. It's almost like a classical piece with theme and variations all throughout that album. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful album. I mean, it just has great musicianship going on. It has great singing. It has great producer. Everything is mic'd right. It's just a really awesome album. In fact, I was thinking about it on the way home while listening to it, thinking, how am I going to approach this? Am I going to say, hey, dude, I vote for Dirt by Alice in Chains, is the #1 album ever, man? But then, I still might do that. Not exactly that way. We're down here at the stumps now. Still a lot of cleaning out that had to be done in this area. But, so I can't really do that because there may be other things that I like at other time. So it's like, I can't say that, but it's one of the top albums that I've ever listened to that there is. As far as I'm concerned, as far as my opinion goes, in the United States of America, or in the Western Hemisphere, in the past 50 years of rock and roll. But maybe that's too much. It's in the top 10, I would put it, most certainly, even though it's as dark as it is. And what else was there? We had CrossFit. Did that. Went to El Dorado, went to Magnolia, and we drove home listening to music. And tomorrow we got to go to Camden. I go to Warren, and then we got to go to Camden, and then we got to go to Magnolia, and then we got to go back home. It's been another long day tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. But you know what? Nothing wrong with that, because if I'm out moving around, that means that things are circulating. Hopefully it's money involved in it. And, you got a few kids these days. We got 3 kids, 1 in college and 2 younger ones coming up that way. It's expensive, so you got to get out there and go when the going's good, and apparently the going is better than it's been in a while, so we're going to see if we can't make it happen. Hope everyone's having a great week.